Good morning, YouTubers. Hope all is well with you. It is a Tuesday after a really busy weekend. Actually, my week was busy prior to that. Well, 2 weeks prior to that, I guess. Wow, it's just been it's been crazy. And as you know, probably what I'm talking about here is the Southern Fried Pipe Show. Second annual is history, best ever so far, and it was just a phenomenal time. I thoroughly enjoyed the whole time. The best part for me over the weekend, oh, by the way, I'm smoking one of my little shop pipes here. You know, one of those things that something goes a little with it, and I decide to keep it myself. That's really the only way I can smoke one of my own pipes, is that it's a second, if you will. But, yeah, the week was phenomenal. The weekend was great. The best part of the entire time was getting to meet you or see you again if you were at the pipe show or any of the events surrounding it. It was just awesome. I do not really want to go through mentioning a whole lot of names because I know I will leave somebody out, but it was a great weekend. And I think I believe this preliminary count, I don't know if it's been made official yet. I'll probably find out later on from the coordinator of this year's event, Chris Merkel, with the Southern Fried Pipe Club. I believe, it's my understanding, it was around 450 folks there, which is phenomenal. That was over 150 more than we had last year. So, and we thought last year was pretty darn good as well. You know, to clarify for those of you who don't know the history, or you're new to the channel, I kind of started a thing last year where it kind of started as really more of a YouTube meetup, but I kind of had this vision for some reason of having of creating a pipe show. And then I dug into it a little bit more, and I understood that Nashville used to have one of the better pipe shows in the country years ago, and it kind of went away. And you know, with the great Chicago pipe show, Kansas City, Las Vegas, Richmond, Columbus, all those great pipe shows, I'm thinking, man, it'd be great to have another pipe show here in Nashville. So kind of into the mix there, instead of it just being a YouTube meetup, I kind of got with a couple of folks, Chris Merkel and Grant Batson, who are already trying to form a new club, a pipe club in Nashville. And these other shows that I mentioned around the country have always had pipe club involvement or sponsorship. And I told Chris, I said, you know what, let's get through this year. You can begin helping out, and then next year take it over and let the pipe club be the locomotive for it. And so we had the show last year with a 2-day event that had artisan pipe makers at one venue and what we call production pipes at another venue. And it was really fun. It was good. But then it was kind of like baton passed to Chris. And Chris did an incredible job. The man wore himself out. It did a great, just did a great job coordinating everything. And we had a wonderful location, I thought, in downtown Nashville, right there under the skyline of downtown Nashville. We had good parking where we were, down off 3rd Avenue. And it was, I mean, there are other things that are going to be tweaked for next year. You always have that, you know, constructive criticisms. And I mean, if you have any, be sure to pass them along go to NashvillePipeShow.com, and you can get the link there to maybe Chris's email or info@southernpipeclub.com, and send them some information about, hey, I loved everything, or you might have some constructive criticisms if you want, but make them constructive. Don't tear down. There's no point in tearing down. I don't think there's really much to tear down, to be honest with you. It was such a really well-planned show. And then, of course, Chris got the involvement of the Drew estate, Jonathan Drew, and all the folks there coming in to be the major sponsor. Then we had other sponsors as well, but the major one, the presenting sponsor, if you will, Drew Estate. And Drew Estate, according to Jonathan Drew, wants to, within 5 years, to make this the biggest event in the country as far as pipes and cigars are concerned. So, wow, how cool is that going to be? So next year, you can expect it to be bigger and better than ever, and continuing to be so each year. The location, I don't know if it's going to be in the same place or not, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure that being still on the board with them, that we'll have some information, and we'll really want to try to push out a set date as soon as we can, because I know there are a lot of people, and I heard a lot of feedback, and Chris, if you're watching this, a lot of feedback last year as we were planning, and even this year as we get ready for next, to say make it as soon as you can, so that people have to set vacations a lot earlier, and they love to come down not only for the weekend here in Nashville, but also to come spend a couple of days earlier and stay maybe a couple of days after, because there's a ton of stuff to do in and around Nashville, Tennessee, as you well know. We are a vacation destination for millions of people, literally around the world. Speaking of around the world, Mitch from Thailand, man, it was so awesome to finally meet you. Mitch had gotten a couple of pipes from him, ordered a pipe, and was coming to Nashville, not only to come to the pipe show, but he picked up a pipe that he had ordered from me a long time back, and it was great to see him. It was just an honor to hear his story. And Mitch, his story was one of he survived the tsunami a couple years back that wiped his house out completely. He only lived, like he said, like 50 meters from the beach. So it was, I mean, his house was totally gone. He got out, I think, with his cat. His cat woke him up, I believe it was. And he worked at that power plant that was submerged in that tsunami. So he had to leave there, so he moved to Thailand. And that's where he's been living, and he came here to Nashville from Thailand, and I thought that was wonderful. So Mitch, thank you so much for being here, man. It was great meeting you. I think Mitch left the day after and took some transportation and headed down to Memphis to go see Graceland, the home of Elvis Presley. Thank you very much. But that was wonderful. We had some great pipe carvers there under the tent. I was just in awe. I was humbled. I was honored to be in the same area as some of these fantastic pipe carvers, pipe artisans. It just blew my mind. I looked up one time and go, man, I don't deserve to be in this company. But that was awesome. I also love the fact, and I heard later on about people lining up at the gate to get in, and I'm flattered to know that some of them were already asking where I was, and it was really cool. And I did sell out on Saturday. Actually, so I took 10 pipes. I sold 9 there at the show, and right after the show, the final one sold. So I can say I sold out that day, which was really cool. The other thing, the highlight probably also was the fact that I had been showing pipes that I was bringing on Instagram for a few days, and one of the pipes caught the eye of a guy who had a fiance. They're getting married in October, and he was showing it to her and said, man, I want to get there so I can try to get that pipe. Well, she called me, or actually wrote me, and then we talked to each other on the phone, and literally begged me if you know, I wasn't going to make a habit of trying to sell pipes before the show. But she said, I would love to surprise him. Is there any way you could sell me I think it was the Devil Ants? And I said, you know, this is really cool. I like this idea, so let's do it. But let's do it this way. Let's surprise him. Let me put it on the table and mark it as sold. So when he gets there, he'll go, oh, darn, you know, I missed out on it. That's the one I wanted, blah, blah, blah. And he had a couple of buddies coming with him who were in on it. So they kind of cued me into, hey, this is the guy. So when he came up to the table, we did the surprise, and we got it on video. Watch this.
I love the Devil Ants. I love that shape.
That's a very popular one.
I know, and that's what I never can't see anybody that has one.
Well, no. Here's the crazy thing about it. You're about to get married, and your wife bought it for you. Your future wife. It is yours.
No.
Congratulations.
We've been waiting all day.
We've been waiting for you all day to get here.
Oh my God.
And she's watching, or will be watching.
Oh my
You see
God.
that face was priceless.
I know.
Somebody loves you.
Very much.
Yeah.
What a great surprise there for them. That was really, really cool that his fiance would do that nice little surprise. Wish them many, many, many years of marital bliss till death do they part. And wish many great years of enjoying that pipe too. Hey, we had a great time this weekend. By the way, here at the Case Casa, I prefer to, this past week, to call it the Case Dorm, because that's more of what it was like during the week. First of all, I started on Tuesday when Scooter, Josh Ekman, came in from South Carolina. Then Jay and Jason Dagner, and Elaine, the beautiful Elaine, came up from Florida, and they came in on Tuesday night. Mark, Making Change, and Amber, better known as AGS Mom 1 on YouTube, came up as well. So between them and Pam and myself and our daughter Chelsea, I mean, it was just a house full, but it was a great time. Mark and Amber came up on Friday, and everybody left. Let's see, Mark and Amber left real early yesterday morning to head back to Texas, and Jay and Jason, Elaine, and Scooter all left to go, Jay and Jason and Elaine back to Florida, near Orlando, and Scooter back to South Carolina. They all left after dinner last night. They drove overnight, and I'm happy to know that they did make it home okay. But what a great weekend. We enjoyed having them here, and they're certainly welcome back any time. Boontar and Skipsy even came by during the weekend. I think it was it on Sunday nights they came by? I believe it was. I've lost track of time. But to enjoy some time here in the workshop, we had some fun doing some things and showing them how some things worked, and it was really cool. All in all, what a wonderful time. Wonderful show, wonderful weekend. Now it's back to work, folks. Getting ready to fill those orders. Thank you so much for ordering my pipes. I really appreciate it. God bless you all. Catch you next time.